Boom. I hope everybody had a great weekend. This is Shango Ray, and this is going to be a very, very brief video. I didn't expect to make this video. As you know, we had the blood moon yesterday, Sunday the 7th. I was intending to do something during that time, but I couldn't get the correct time, or I misread the correct time. And apparently, it was like for me, where I'm at, it was happening, I think, around 11 a.m. or something. I don't know. I misread it, but I'm going to continue because we have this 999. We're still in the shadow, so the influence is still here. All right. Now, I was just going to do something for myself, and actually, Spirit prompted me, what I'm saying, to offer this hot and ready ritual. Woo-wee. To those that are hot and ready, and if you're not, that's fine too. If you're doing something else, hey, great. So this ritual, and by the way, let me just add this. If you are a Master Your Magic Now member, I will be contacting you after I make this video. All this is very abrupt, but we flow with it. So I'm gonna let you know that if you would like me to perform this ritual on your behalf privately, say the word. If you are an existing ritual client of mine, I will be contacting you and asking if you would like me to include you in this as well. All right. So now, without further ado, I want to just get straight to the point. All right. The theme of this, right? You are on the threshold between force and flow. All right. Now, force is when you try and force many, many things of your life. It leaves you drained. It leaves you depleted. And you can get some things done through the force way of doing things. Or you can align your persona, which is also Latin for mask. It doesn't matter which version of yourself that you choose, right? They're all masks because none of those are really truly who and what you are. And so this is the time, the place to begin this grand alchemical work. This is a massive, massive. I did a lot of research on this shit. A lot of people are talking about this particular influence. But I've done a lot of massive. So this is about stripping away. And let me tell you right now, I'm about to kind of semi-read you. So if this is you, then, it would behoove you to join now. If it's not you, like I said, that is fine. Who is this for? Okay, first off, you have an ideal of who you'd like to be, a dream, a strong desire that has just since eluded you, but it keeps slipping through your fingers. Maybe you're tired of living. I know this because I can feel you, and I also feel the same way with certain things because we all have our ceilings. That's part of this life. Is once you reach this place where you want it to be, you always want to keep expanding. And challenges are going to come, but what makes us suffer is what's going on inside of us. Because if you could choose the flow option, you would understand that the challenges are actually your manifestation coming to fruition. It's the ugly truth. A lot of people don't like that, So without challenge, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of things, So, but living in a forced life, and especially living in an old shell of a persona, is definitely going to leave you feeling drained. You know what I'm saying? Tired for no reason. Of course, yes, there are other factors, diet, stress, blah, 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 blah. Money's a big one for everybody, of course. And if you have been able to get money, but then notice it just slips through your fingers, okay, you definitely want to listen to this. All right. Now, this is the one that for me, because all of us have these patterns, right? Some of the patterns we may be aware of, other patterns are so deeply embedded, we can't see ourselves doing them. These are the ones that really keep us stuck. All right. Stuck in a persona that we have outgrown. An old illustration I like to use before is it's like when you were in 6th grade, you got them new shoes, you were great, right? But if you was to still try and wear them same shoes, it would fuck your feet up. So at one point in time, it served a purpose, but we had to get rid of that. All right. So a lot of these patterns, be they habits, addictions, avoidances, things like that, right? That stop you from engaging and moving forward, getting lots of momentum, flowing in momentum, and yet also having a peace about you because you know, really, actually, it's already done. You're just actually involved in your own movie right now, going through the role, so you get to experience this. All right. So if you're stuck in loops, like I said, another one, if you find yourself also, this is a big one, this is a huge one, you know, being addicted to scrolling, it's sucking away your life force. It's sucking away your time here, you know what I'm saying, which is a finite thing as far as just our experience of it. And it's literally like to me, I imagine it like a big fucking leech that just sucks on your shit and like it drains you. All right. So it gets you into this kind of mode like, oh, you know what? I'll break free tomorrow. I'll step out of this tomorrow. But like tomorrow never comes. All right. And some people are okay with that until they're not. And if you're one of those, that's fine. But if you know that you know that you know within the depths of your soul, keep listening because this is definitely for you. Like I said, to me, I know this is not for everybody. I wasn't even going to offer this at all. The spirit was like, hey, so okay. If you walk around with a particular heaviness, could be also sprinkled with anxiety uh, in your chest that you just like can't explain. Everything seems to be okay. So like, why do I feel like this? You know what I'm saying? Like you got a fog over your particular identity. You know what I'm saying? That is going to be alleviated. All right. So what you will walk away from, I'm going to start with as far as you as the person. All right. Remember this. You're so fucking close right now. I can tell you that right now. You're so close. Right now, Bruce Lee said, before you fill the cup, I think Buddha said this shit. Before you fill your cup, empty it first. This is the emptying of the cup. It's a part of the process. Every time we evolve into another persona, either another version of yourself, another version of yourself has actually died or has been, I kind of look at it more so as transmuted. But yeah, so excuse me. So the whole, you will, to be able to move through your life without that it's like this constant inner friction. And it's like you're burning, also it's you're burning up CP power, right? Processing power. And we wonder why we can't focus, why we feel foggy, walking in rooms and shit. Why I come in here? You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. So you're going to be extremely clear is what my point is. It's about clarity. If you're clear on, I'm going to tell you, this is a huge one right here. The only reason you're not experiencing what you say you choose to experience is the clarity. Because there's a lot of not disharmonic, I don't know, whatever. It runs influence stuff, okay? That's going to be gone. That is going to be gone. I'm telling you right now, we're at this point. You're at this point right now. It's not so much about doing more. It's about what we're going to stop doing, what we're giving, what we're letting go of, what we're shedding away. That's the most. So that way, you could just go do your thing. You don't have to worry because it's like you can do it without the inside battle. Is what I'm talking about. That's what drains you. That's what has you all discombobulated a lot of times. And that's going to get. We're going to take care of that. We're going to definitely take care of that. Okay. The certainty also of who you are, right? This new version of yourself, you can have and you can feel certain about that without even any physical evidence yet. All right. And actually, that should come first. It should come. It takes a hell of a motherfucker to be able to deny their physical reality and occurrences and things like, because most of us we're hypnotized by it. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, if you've been experiencing bad dreams, these crazy fucking soul contracts and shit like that, gone. You will be also, like I said, more grounded and calm. If you're just calm, you can also hear your divine voice so much better. You know what I'm saying? And imagine if you could just clearly hear your divine voice without every time. It's like your divine voice starts to speak and then all the other bullshit comes and it's like the bullshit is actually real loud. So you're like, wait, what did you say? We can do away with that now. You can let that go. You can let that go. You're not going to get hurt. You're not going to die. If you are living too much in the future, and more than likely, if you're living too much in the future, you are probably conceptualizing like outcomes that you really don't fucking want. And they're very enticing in a weird, sick kind of way because it's like we are programmed, number one, to pay attention to whatever the threats are. So when you're thinking about your future, oh fuck, how am I gonna pay this bill? And it's like most people will already have it deemed that I'm not gonna be able to make this. It's like, how the fuck do you know though? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. This shit can easily be changed around. It can start to reformat itself right before your eyes. I'm sure you've been in situations where that's happened because you and your physical mind just couldn't possibly see. I done everything that I could, right? And when you really say something like that, it's like, did you really do everything? No, that would be impossible, but you did everything that you knew what to do. And that's fair. So, but there's, and then next thing you know, you get the thing and it's like, why didn't I think of that? Or just something occurs. There's a lot of that going on too, right? That whole kind of fall in your lap shit, like that happens often. And you'll be able to like actually feed the fire of your soul. Some of us are so, some of us are so down, you've been downtrodden for like so long. It is almost, it's not impossible, but it feels like it. The voice inside your head, when it's beating you the fuck up, it's going to make you feel like it's hopeless, like it's impossible. And that is like a real sickening feeling, So then, therefore, what do most of us do if we get afflicted like that? We want to get away from that ugly shit, right? So we get into our vices, right? We start scrolling. We distract ourselves because we don't want to deal with that shit. So also, too, this is going to be dealing with parasites, spiritual parasites. I want to be clear about that. So don't think I'm gonna do this ritual for you. Then again, you know what? Who knows? I was going to say, don't think I'm going to do this ritual for you. Then you go poop tomorrow and like I pooped out a bunch of worms. Like, but you know what? I don't put no limits on anything anymore. I catch myself all the time. Well, you can't do magic. You can't just light a candle and expect. Why the fuck can't you? If I truly believe that, then of course, no, I'm not just going to light a candle. It'd seem like useless. It'd be futile, right? But if you know, yes, I can simply just light this candle and this is what it's going to be. It's a hell of a feeling. Okay, so what it does though, what this ritual actually does, and I already know this is a fire ritual. Okay, fire is the transformative, and fire banishes all the shit that you no longer need, right? So what this actual ritual does though is it uses the blood moon's eclipse residue to, number one, sever, like the false contracts, like I mentioned, and all the other avenues in which you're getting drained. Our processing power is so low right now. You know what I'm saying? But once you start closing these apps, shutting these apps, uninstalling these apps, man, your shit's gonna be zooming. Another thing it's gonna do is gonna transmute your vague dreams into tangible blueprints. Okay? Now let me explain this. I believe, and I know, actually fuck believe, I know if I don't have the big picture, it's just not going to work, right? I'm not married to the plan, the how do I do this, because that can change, you know? I'm married to the destination. You know what it's like? I know where I'm going, but it's like, I don't care who gives me a ride there. Like, let's say I need a ride there, right? Or I don't care which Uber picks me up. I'm okay with going this, if we have to take a detour, alternate route, I don't give a shit because I know I'm going to get there. I'm already there within. This physicality is catching up to me. And I can tell you that living a life where it's catching up to you instead of you trying to constantly just react like an animal, right? Animals just react. That's what they do. You have a choice. All right. So it transmutes vague dreams into tangible blueprints. What is a tangible blueprint? Let me speak very plain English. A tangible blueprint is, number one, also the clarity of your inner excitement, because your inner excitement, you're worried about what to do. Everybody is worried. They're more focused on what do I do versus who do I be, right? But I get it, because there's that part in your mind that says, if I'm not doing something, then ain't shit going to happen, right? But what it does, you're going to have your Wi-Fi is going to be so fucking strong that your inner excitement, you can logically create a blueprint, right? And like, okay, this is kind of just like a skeleton. It's not fixed in stone, but as you're going along, you're going to be pulled. You're going to get ideas. You're going to get but it's the feeling and the shit you got going on inside when you get them, because you know that I can easily do this. Tangible blueprint means everything is tangible. Everything is, doable. When you look at your big picture, a lot of times people, one of the problems is they're looking at it instead of looking from the person who's in your desired situation, right? But some people, when they even think of like, how would I ever do that? First mistake. Because if you are that person, this version of you, since time, we do know that time is an illusion, right? And it has been scientifically proven, for whatever you will, that the future can actually influence the past and vice versa. So you can communicate, because you're going to be that ideal person. It's not like, oh, I want to talk to my ideal person. Like, no, I am my ideal person that I want to be, But what was my point here? Shit. Let me see if there's any comments there. Sorry about that. I will get back to y'all. Hold on. I'm in my shit. Anyways, but you'll be able to do that. You'll be pulled and you'll just do it. You know what the problem is right now is you're getting the signal sometimes, but as soon as you go back to do something, being too much in your head, whatever the other bullshit that may be floating around in your head wants to try and run interference on what you was just about to simply do. Now you're sitting here thinking about the shit and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, and before you know it, nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. And the whole nothing gets done is a byproduct of the old you. It's not the you that you actually are, that is actually emerging right now. If this is for you, I will be answering any questions also. All right. So I did mention, yeah, reset your money current too. Every area of your life. It's like, it's going to be like, what do you want? What do you choose? Just what do you choose? One of my most famous sayings is, it's like driving with the parking brake on. We're just going to take the parking brake off. Okay. Can I make it real simple for you? And I want to do this for you. I want to help you. Now, after the ritual, I'm going to text you and say, hey, ritual's done. I'm going to also send you a post voicemail. So if I receive anything during your working, I'm going to tell you. And if there's any post ritual, simple post ritual after instructions for you, I'll let you know that too. Okay. But yeah. And it also, we're going to be cutting, like I said, all this is we're cutting also. This to me is part of the soul contracts, right? The ancestral past life baggage and all this other shit. So that way you could just walk free now. To me, those are contracts. That's what we're talking about when we're saying contracts. So it also charges you into a collective current. Everyone's energy amplifying yours. And it links you to, that source of wisdom that you need to hear. It's not that your wisdom, your inner divine self, you got a lot of interference. You got a lot of interference, bro. That's all. We're just going to clear that out so you get the clear signal. And what I'm saying is, it's natural. Really, honestly, it is natural for you to be abundant, however you define that, to have love, however you define that. To not have those things or to feel like you lack those things is not a part of your divinity. Although you do have the free choice to choose whatever is law in your reality, and we all do. All right. So if you'd like to join, and if this is for you, all right, you can check the description box of this video. It's so fast. There's no pages. There's no nothing. Okay. It's in the description box. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to pin the instructions into the comment section so you can go there. All right. But this it is in a way like a purging. And it is a purging, if we're going to say it like that. So even though it's all positive, it's all working for you, right? Sometimes though, we go through little periods during these moments, the transitional period, as I like to say. I look back at like the old Shango and I'm like, when did I become like this Shango? You know what I'm saying? And I can go back, and you can too, and see how like when you are transitioning, sometimes like, it can get a little buck, but that's just a part of the process. You know what I'm saying? If that's how it is. I just don't react to the shit. I mean, that right there is the game changer. If something's kind of like, and if something's going out of your life, sometimes it likes to have a tantrum before it leaves. So it's going to be at its loudest right before you switch. That is how it is. And I know that in your own way, through your own experiences, that's true. So we're going to keep it moving like that. Like I said, I'm going to keep this real short. And that's the gist of it, But I wasn't even going to offer this. And once again, if you are a Master Your Magic Now member, I'm going to be contacting you. Would you like to be in? Because I'm not just going to put people in, to anything. I don't just, that's like people who just throw their advice at you. I value my breath far too much If let's say I see you and I see you doing some shit, maybe you're a stubborn motherfucker, right? I'm not gonna say nothing. I could say, hey, you know what? I suggest you do da 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 da, and this will, But if I've kind of done that before and like you just don't fucking take it, then that's all I need. I just need one time. And then now I'm just a kind where I just mind my business. If somebody asks me something, if somebody comes to me, and depending on that situation, then yeah, I'll if I got some game for them, I'll let them have it. I'll lace them up, But if not, I'm gonna keep my shit to myself. Good luck with that. I got my own shit to deal with. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me just check the comments real quick, and then we're going to cut this video. My craze, what's going on, brother? You're literally saying exactly what I need to hear. I only been in here a minute. How'd you know I'm trying to shift timelines and manifest? Hey, I'm trying to read the fucking thing. She finna double back as I come in. I'm gonna tell you the shortcut, bro, and it's like when I say this to people, I'm working on my own unique illustration of this that I can deliver and make it as simple as possible. Because when I tell people this, and when someone told me this a long time ago, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Right? But if you are already that dude. You're already that dude, right? Imagine this. Imagine this. Have a little fun with me real quick. Imagine you are an actor. You walk into your trailer because they're about to fucking do you up because you're about to go shoot a scene. And on the wall in your trailer is a bunch of masks. I'm talking a bunch of masks, different masks of you. But each mask is slightly varied and it's different. Like I mentioned, the Latin word for mask is persona, and that's where we get personality. It's a mask. It's not you. None of them are. So even the nigga that got the bitch and I switched timelines and I did this, that's really not you either. But if I'm gonna sit here and watch TV, I'd rather watch that channel of my life than the nigga with no bitches and money channel. You know what I'm saying? So it's about the who the fuck you are. It's about who you're being right now. Yes, the reality usually is a little buffer. It's going to take a little time, but in the meantime, while the buffering's happening, you can just, as they say, give it to yourself by way of getting relaxed, having a little fucking something in your head that, if you need to, but know that I'm just giving it to myself. I'm not doing this to like try and force some outside shit. Because if I'm trying to do something, then I'm not doing it. If I'm trying to be somebody, then I'm not that motherfucker. You either are or you're not. There's no in between. So my advice to you, my brother, is I would focus more, place my focus more on, all right, right now, in this moment, who do I want to be? Because first you need to also understand that you are God. That's the most major one, actually. Knowing your divinity. I didn't say knowing it mentally. Yeah, I'm God, but it's just mental. You don't know it. You don't have the GNOSI. Not you personally. I'm saying a lot of people though, they don't got the GNOSIS, gnosis, of it. So, yeah, let me see here. Arr. What? How are you? Are you on Snap? Oh, you talking about Snapchat? No, I'm not on Snapchat. Nah. No. But anyways, yeah. So that's your core. It's like who, my real core is I am The one I really actually am is not any of these versions of myself. I'm fucking God. That's really who I am. I'm all that is. I'm divinity. I'm all this, you know, I'm nothing and I'm everything at the same time. That's what God is, right? Frequency. So I am that. But it likes to filter itself and it splintered itself. And so it can experience itself. In order to do that, you have to fully believe the illusion or else it wouldn't work, right? So, and as it filters itself, you know, down here and things start to crystallize into physicality, then you have these little different personalities or these different, and all this is influenced also by your DNA, your circuit, what is it, your environment, you know, your parents, and then who you hang around, what you feed yourself, you know, what you let into your gates, into your mind, you know. Yeah, that's it for you though. I'm telling you right now. That'd be the one. You can knock out all instead of like focusing on one thing, like I want to make $20,000. I want to do this. I want to like you could just kind of jump to like, okay, that if there's infinite versions of you, then there has to be a version of yourself that's got all the bells and whistles. You know, it's there has to be. There's no way it can't. Just the fact that you can think about it means there is, because if you could not even think about it, then you can't think of something that doesn't exist, you know? So anyways, this fucking thing. I needed to clean these fucking glasses. Be right back. Oh, and John G and I are making plans for me to fly. Ah, cool. That'll be good. You should have be fun. Anyways, check the description box of this video or the comments. That's where the instructions are. Let's get it. There's not a whole lot of time. Like I said, I'm not trying to just dump this on people, but I wasn't even going to offer this, so I decided to just do this. And for if it's you, it's you. If not, cool. Because I'm gonna be that nigga anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And we'll see him on the next one. I'll probably be back later tonight. I'll do some readings and chop it up then. All right. So I will be back later tonight. But yes, the ritual also takes place September 9th, which is tomorrow at 9 p.m. my time. That's when I'm going to start running through the rituals, and depending on how many participants there are, but I will be contacting you, letting you know your shit's done. You're good. All right.